Greetings, dear friends. Welcome, welcome. Here we are starting off another beautiful week. And here we are doing our Monday check-in. This is our Mindful Motivation for Mindset Mastery session. I trust you had a beautiful weekend and ready to really be inspired by the energies of this week. So if you've watched these before, you know that I like to just kind of feel into and riff a wee bit about the energy of the moon phases, because that's one of the key components of mindset mastery, is really following the rhythms of the planets, in particular the moon, because that's about you, our inner wisdom. This week we are focusing on us, on our inner truth, which we pull a card from that inner truth deck to really get in touch with this, because we are being affected by the new moon in the sign of Cancer, and that arrives today. So really, new moons are all about introspection anyway, and about really looking at how are you, where are you, what are you doing, how are you thinking, how are you feeling, and that's the key piece. How are you feeling? You may have heard me suggest this question before, that it's actually a really powerful question, and this could actually be a really beautiful one to start really implementing for yourself during this week, is how do I feel about myself here? And what I mean about here is thinking these thoughts, using these words, doing these practices, doing these things, not doing those things. How do I feel about myself? And really allowing yourself to just pause for a wee minute. I actually like to put my hand over my heart when I do that. How do I feel about myself here? And why I'm really focusing on this is that the influence of this new moon phase in the sign of Cancer is all about going within first, introspection, inner reflection, and you also may find yourself being reminiscing, thinking back, looking back over your shoulder, remembering wonderful times, remembering a sense of joy and peace, and see if you can bring that forward into where you're going and what seeds are you planting, because that's the key piece. It's not a time of great action, it's more of a time of great reflection and planting some seeds. A new moon is the beginning of a cycle. So you can follow the cycle. It's a 30-day cycle from new moon to full moon, but also too remember that there's a 6-month phase here also, that we go from new moon in Cancer to the full moon in Cancer, which is roughly 6 months. So you can be contemplating and having a wee check-in. Are the decisions, the intentions, the ideas, the goals, the patterns, the way you're heading, do they make your heart sing? Do they line up with that sense of yes? Do you allow yourself time to just feel into what does yes feel like for you? If you have any questions or need some more information on anything that I share with you on these sessions, put it in the comments below or message me directly, because I love teaching, and this is kind of my life's work, is to really inspire you to find your flow, your rhythm, your intuitive nature. And that's what's really kind of under the magnifying glass this week. Do you tap into your intuition? Do you allow it to speak to you through your emotions, speak to you through the synchronicities and the coincidences that you see and witness around you? There is no right or wrong answer here. It's simply being willing to check in with yourself. And that's a really beautiful piece around a new moon phase too, is just creating a wee bit of a pause, maybe journal, maybe reset some things. Check in with that. So as I was just feeling into that energy, I'm shuffling my letting go guidance cards. Whenever we do any kind of introspective work or self-reflection, sometimes we can come up against a pattern or a belief or a mindset that kind of is outmoded or doesn't work for us anymore. So with that in mind, take a nice deep breath with me. And let's see, what would be most supportive for us to focus on letting go or releasing while we do this self-reflection. And like I said, maybe even having a look at past memories. Oh, it's pattern. That's perfect. Do you have a pattern? Oh, that's actually, I just realized that. Do you have a pattern of going external for your answers or your guidance, or looking to somebody else to tell you what to do or how to do it, without creating just a pause? Because there's nothing wrong with that. Following the guidance of something somebody says or something you read or something that you hear, that's okay. It's totally fine. But we must run it by our own GPS, our own internal wisdom, our own, when I say GPS, I'm talking about our emotional guidance. Emotions do provide us feedback, but we need to create time or just a pattern, maybe a new pattern. So have a look at what are your patterns. Do you have a pattern of saying, oh gosh, that's just going to take too much effort, so I won't do it? Or do you have a pattern of saying, yes, I have to do this and I have to do this and I have to do this and keep hustling? What are your patterns that are supportive of you accessing your mindset, your best mindset, being the master, being the boss of your story, of your life story? And I saw a quote the other day, can't remember who said it, but at any point, if you're going along in a pattern or in a story or in a way of being, at any point, if it suddenly goes, oh, you know what, doesn't resonate for me anymore, you can change it. You have the power to recraft your own story. So this is another powerful piece, I think, that could be visited by you, for you, during this week, during this new moon phase. So as I was kind of going into that, I was shuffling my tarot cards. I like to pull one tarot card, then 3 of the Healing with the Angels cards. Oh, this is perfect. I love this. I love this card. This is the Hierophant in the tarot. So the Hierophant speaks to us of sacredness, of faith, of belief, and so if you couple that with this idea of self-reflection, what do you believe? Do you hold yourself as that sacred being that you truly are? Do you access the wisdom of your core essence? The Hierophant's here to kind of suggest maybe it's time to just ask those questions. Just check in. And again, as always, with these types of questions, when I suggest we use them for our inner guidance, there is no right or wrong. So it's really important to never get into shoulds or, oh my gosh, I don't want to face that I'm thinking in limited forms, or I see obstacles too much, things of that nature. It's about just being willing to just open the door to what's going on to you and allowing yourself, like I said, allowing yourself to realize you are the boss. You are the author. You are the actor. You are the co-creator of everything that you are experiencing and witnessing, actually. Now we've said all that part. I'm pulling our 3, and as always, they're just perfect. I love that these cards come up. So the first one is new love. I said about the reminiscing of times, maybe looking over your shoulder, good old days kind of thinking. And it's not in a melancholic way, but could you sort of see that? I'm thinking of when you were a child, when we were children and we could play and laugh and have so much fun. Maybe there's memories, or maybe there's even things that will trigger those kind of memories for you, and then see what can you do to bring that into your current experience. Not to go sort of say, oh, that's all old and gone, but it's to bring a sense of peace and harmony. So you being the focus of your new love, and bring some harmony into it. And one of the best places to do that is in nature. So that's something else that would be really helpful with the introspection, is go for a walk. Go and enjoy some beautiful summer weather, which is what I got to do this last week. And See, allow yourself to take a different rhythm. Maybe release any pattern that blocks you from seeing the signs and the answers. And the answers come to us when we are allowing ourselves to be in touch with our own nature as well as the nature around us. So see how that lands for you, and if you can bring some of that in to look at, are there patterns that I need to let go of? Are there places that I need to access within me that make my heart jump for joy? And it's not necessarily to say, okay, I have to change everything. It's more to say intentions, seeds, committing to yourself. I trust all that makes sense. Like I said, if you have any areas that you need a wee bit more support or guidance in any of the things that I've shared in today's session, put it in the comments below or message me directly. But I'm just about ready for us to wrap this one up, and I'm just shuffling my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards here, and we're going to end this off with what card comes up. And this is beautiful. The card that's come up for us today is I Am Accomplished. So this could actually be a piece that comes up when you do your self-reflection and just really do the inner part before you get involved in all the external things that we all have to do. But I'm Accomplished says, I celebrate and appreciate all that I have accomplished thus far. I review my life and appreciate all my experiences. Even setbacks experienced in recent times have served me in wonderful ways. I absolutely love that. That feels so in alignment with what I was saying to you about the new moon in the sign of Cancer. So it's about having maybe that bigger picture view, but also remembering that you are the boss, you are a sacred being, and you're in the right place at the right time. We all are. I wish you a beautiful week ahead, and I'll be back here again with you next week. Like I said, if you need any further support or information, just get in touch with me. Much love to you.